here since 1971 in its final year. It's already been a great opening week. Thursday night, Peyton Manning, 7 touchdowns. Great, exciting games earlier today. And now what's in store for us as we get ready for the Packers and the 49ers. Glad you're with us today on Fox. Ross will take a knee, and Aaron Rodgers will start his day at his own 20. You know, you can talk about a team and their deficiencies, what they're good at, and then you focus on the quarterback, and he is one of the guys, obviously, that has the ability to throw the whole thing on his back and win the ball game.
Well, and in visiting with him just the other day, Joe, he said that, you know, this preseason was the least amount of work that he had had since he got to Green Bay. Of course, he got very little work when Brett Favre was here, but not a whole lot of snaps here in preseason this season.
They hand it to Eddie Lacy, their second-round draft pick, trying to establish a ground game and a running attack. And he runs into the big arms of Justin Smith. And Troy, if you're trying to start week 1 and prove you can run the ball, this is a tough defense to try and do it against.
Well, it sure is. They've been one of the best in the league for a number of years, and they're a physical group, and they feel that the style of Eddie Lacy could help them. He's a very physical runner, but it's going to be tough sledding against this 49er defense.
Up-tempo approach by Green Bay. Protection breaks down, and down is Rodgers. Aldon Smith gets number 1.
Aldon Smith, you're going to see the rookie David Bakhtiari making his first start in his first NFL game. He tries to go low to cut Aldon Smith, and when you do that, you're expecting the ball out quick. Pressure right on Rodgers, unable to avoid it.
So a rookie left tackle, a young right tackle. They'll be tested all day long. Rodgers, quick throw. That's the tight end. And he is walloped short of the first down. Jermichael Finley, a gain of 9. It's 3 and out for the Packers on offense. And Rodgers walks back to the sideline with his palms up.
Yeah, good start defensively for San Francisco. And you talk about the rookie David Bakhtiari making his first start, and Mike McCarthy generally does not like to give his tackles help in pass protection, but I think in this ball game today he's going to have to.
Mastay hits it. Kyle Williams from inside the 30 with a fair catch. And so now the season debut for Colin Kaepernick. He's become a celebrity, and why not? There's nothing really, Troy, this guy can't do. And they talk so much about the read option. That's only a slice of what he brings into a ball game.
Well, I think you look at that playoff game last year and him rushing for over 180 yards. That obviously has been the attention, but he made some unbelievable throws as well in that game, as he did throughout the second half of the season when he took over.
Quick setup and throw, flag down, and the pass is incomplete for Williams, who's working his way back from a torn ACL. But flags flew at the snap, and it's a false start. Bill Levy is our referee today. Working on a beautiful day in San Francisco. It is hot. And the decision now from Mike McCarthy, do you want 2nd and 10 or do you want 1st and 15? Now the officials get together, and we have yet to have the call from Levy. The indication early was a false start.
There is no foul in the play for an illegal formation. The player was in an ineligible position and shifted to another ineligible position. 2nd down.
So there you have it. Now look at Mike Pereira scrambling back in Los Angeles, trying to decipher that online. Here's the offensive line for the 49ers. They were healthy all year, and they are the game's best. 2nd and 10. Davis, the intended receiver, and Tramon Williams. He's coming back from a bad knee, almost walked right in front of it.
49ers, they have a lot of shifting going on before this snap, and you see the effect that it then had on the Green Bay Packers, moving defensive linemen, trying to get them lined up. And at the end of this play, Tramon Williams, he read it the entire way, trying to throw the out route to Vernon Davis. He jumps it and almost had a chance to replicate what happened in that divisional game when Sam Shields returned the touchdown, or the interception for the touchdown early.
And now a timeout taken by the 49ers. So we'll take a break. Jim Harbaugh will talk it over with Colin Kaepernick. Pack went 3 and out. 3rd down and 10 for San Francisco when we come back.
Game on Fox is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
How's that look? San Francisco, California, the NFC champion 49ers. First offensive series of the season, 3rd and 10. Kaepernick, good protection, flushed out to his left, and Kaepernick won't get there. Forced out by Williams, short of a 1st down, and it's 3 and out on the 49er side.
Little surprised what Dom Capers dials up here. He's got man in the slot, and you think back to that playoff game and some of the success that Kaepernick had running the football when they were in man coverage on the scrambles. He tries to pick it up here on 3rd down, but they converge on him. That's a big stop by Green Bay. That was a down that really hurt them the last time these two teams met.
Now Andy Lee, one of the best in the game, gets rid of it. Ross waiting for it. Good punt. Back inside the 10. Can't make the 20. And a good play is made by Eric Reed, the rookie. And now welcome inside our broadcast booth, everybody. How are you? I'm Joe. That's Troy. Doing all right. You feel like we're
doing great,
back in the flow, and this should be a good game. And for Green Bay, I'm sure on one hand they couldn't wait to get back here and try to make up for what happened last playoffs.
Well, it was a long offseason, especially for this defensive group, and what happened to them here last January, and they spent a lot of time trying to address how exactly they're going to play that read option if they see it here today.
Corliss was in the backfield at the snap, and Lacey is dragged down behind the line of scrimmage by Ray McDonald. A loss of 3.
Well, they get pressure right into the backfield, and you know that's the real key when you're playing against a running back like Eddie Lacy. I mean, you got to hit him before he gets going, and they were able to do that. Just nowhere for him to go with the football. You see that clearly Ray McDonald got away with a face mask there. But we talked about it on that first possession, Joe. This is a defense that is very stingy when it comes to moving the football on the ground.
On 2nd down, Rodgers finds Finley, and Jermichael Finley is out of bounds before he gets to the 25. Picks up 9. Give the lineups now, and there you go at the tackle positions. Their best offensive lineman is Josh Sitton at left guard. And then the backs and receivers, and the thicker back, Eddie Lacy, 5'11", 230, making his NFL debut here today. 3rd and 4. Rodgers protected. Over the middle's got a 1st down. Pass is caught. That's Cobb, who worked his way back from a biceps injury during preseason. A gain of 17 and the first down of the game.
Well, credit the offensive line for this, because there is outstanding coverage by the secondary. Randall Cobb is running away from the formation, but he circles back once he realizes that Rodgers is in trouble. But the protection in the pocket allows Rodgers to get back to Cobb and then hit him for the big 1st down.
Aldon Smith lost his helmet on that last play. You got to find 99. He had 19.5 sacks a year ago. Here's Lacy. Nothing. Patrick Willis who's coming back from a broken right hand, is in there to help make the stop. And here's that previous play with Aldon Smith and working against Bakhtiari. Those two will be banging heads all afternoon long, and eventually Smith lost his helmet.
Well, you saw Lacey. He stayed to that side to help give the young rookie some help.
Delayed handoff. Lacey tried to bounce, could not. Aldon Smith drilled him. A gain of 2. Willis in there as well. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 7. And again, the Packers, Troy, go right back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to try and wear down this defense physically by this up-tempo style.
You know, they've always liked the up-tempo, but have spent more time on it this summer and throughout training camp, putting the game more into Aaron Rodgers' hands at the line.
Rodgers overthrows Eddie Lacy, who had slipped out of the backfield. He had a lot of room to run, but Aaron Rodgers had the clock running down on him, and the overthrow results in 4th down.
Boy, if they're able to hit that one, there was no one out there to stop him. And you know, when you have a young back like that, you know, sometimes you're not certain that he's going to get where he needs to get once he takes care of his protection responsibilities.
Eddie Lacy's NFL career has started 4 carries, 1 yard. Kyle Williams receives it, 37-yard punt. 49ers have it 2nd time, no score.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Bud Light, the official beer of NFL fans. Here we go.
Divisional playoff game here at Candlestick. Then a win in Atlanta. The loss in Super Bowl 47 for the 49ers. Kendall Hunter in the backfield to start this possession. He gets it, and Clay Matthews gets him. How about that play by the All-Pro?
Well, that's what Clay Matthews has been preaching about all week long as far as how he's going to play this. I mean, you see how he just takes off. As soon as Kaepernick turns with the ball in his hands to hand it off, he just goes 100 miles an hour, no hesitation, goes right for the back, and just wants to blow the whole thing up, and boy, he did.
Loss of 7. Empty backfield back there with Kaepernick. Collin throws, passes caught. Vernon Davis out across the 20. Bring up a more manageable 3rd down after a gain of 11. Take a look at the defense for the Packers last year. They ended 11th overall. They had that bad playoff game we just went through. There are the linebackers. A.J. Hawk took a pay cut to stay. For 7 years, he's missed 2 games, and a big loss with Morgan Burnett out with a bad hamstring. Jerron McMillan starts in his place. 3rd and 6. Kaepernick finds Bolden, and the new 49ers got a 1st down at the 31.
See Bolden, they go with a bunch formation, and they're stacked to some degree, and they're not able to get any kind of hit on Bolden coming off the line of scrimmage. He's able to find the hole there, and pretty easy pitch and catch for that 1st down. And what an acquisition Bolden was. They traded for him, didn't give up much, but he sure helps, especially with Michael Crabtree down.
Kaepernick pulls it down, now throws, has a 1st down. That's the rookie, Vance McDonald. 2nd round pick out of Rice, in his first catch, 24 yards.
Well, they have him in coverage. You're going to see Vance McDonald as he starts across the field. They pick him up. But then as Kaepernick, he comes back to him, and he just gets lost. Brad Jones loses him there in coverage. Kaepernick wanted to go to the flat. He works back to the middle of the field, does a good job of getting through his progression and making the completion.
How about this alignment in the backfield? Now motion with McDonald, who just made that catch. And on first down, here's Gore. And Frank Gore, the all-time leading 49er rusher, gets 2. Had a good year last year. Second highest total of his career, over 1,200 yards, 5th best in the NFC. And had his highest yards per rush average in 3 years at 4.7. He's 30, and that's when people start looking at running backs waiting for the decline.
Well, they do, but you talk to everybody in the 49ers organization, and they say that at least throughout camp, they've not seen any signs of him slowing down this year.
Kaepernick rolls, finds his man. Pass is caught by the fullback Miller. And Bruce Miller, who has good hands, a former defensive end linebacker, they moved him to offense, and he's a guy you could forget about in this offense, but he is valuable to their very good run game.
Well, he is. I know they lost Delaney Walker. He was just as valuable, but Bruce Miller, probably the guy that gets overlooked the most. He's really key in a lot of the blocking schemes and the things that he contributes to this offense. And then, as we saw, I mean, for a defensive end coming out of college, he's got excellent hands.
Third down and inches. Here's Gore. First down. Let's talk about Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh was described, even when he played quarterback, as a guy who played the position with an offensive lineman's mentality. And he brought with him from Stanford this very complex run game. And it's what they do so well behind this great offensive line with the 49ers.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that deserve credit for the things that they're doing offensively. Of course, Greg Roman, the offensive coordinator, but they do a good job of disguising the things they do.
Here's Kyle Williams. And Williams on first down, good for 6.
Some would say Jim coaches the game with an offensive lineman's mentality.
He is intense. It's intense when you sit across a table from him.
He's done a great job. He's done a great job everywhere he's been, and that's been the thing that's been most impressive, and probably just as much is that he's found a way to get quality quarterback play at every stop.
Here's Hunter. Kendall Hunter coming back from a torn Achilles. They say he's back faster and stronger than he was before the injury gets 2.
Yeah, Kendall Hunter, he's an outstanding player, and that was, you know, hard to imagine. I thought he was really playing well at the time of his injury, and to come off of an Achilles injury and be faster and stronger and more explosive than he was prior to it, it's really a credit to him and how much time he spent rehabbing this offseason.
Good balanced attack so far. Here's Hunter. Kendall's got a first down. And that's the third down conversion on this drive for San Francisco.
They just get right in behind these big guys. You're going to see right guard Alex Boone. I mean, he just completely collapses the line of scrimmage there and creates a heck of a hole then for Kendall Hunter.
Look at Anquan Bolden. Troy started that play in the backfield and delivered a block on the rookie Micah Hyde. He's tough and strong. On first down, Kaepernick keeps it. Slips out. End zone. Incomplete. Anquan Bolden could not get them both down. We always talk about the elusiveness of Aaron Rodgers, the elusiveness of Colin Kaepernick. And it was the left leg of Shields that didn't allow the right leg of Bolden to get down. Incomplete.
Yeah, if he's able to get that throw down, then Bolden's able to make the catch and get the touchdown. But because it was a high throw, Shields is able to knock him out. There was a time where that would have still been ruled a touchdown, but now there's no force out rule in the NFL.
Gore keeps it. To the 20, A.J. Hawk in the middle of it, and we really haven't seen much of the read option, or at least Kaepernick in a position to get hit because of it so far in 2 possessions.
Well, they've opened up and they've handed to Frank Gore, and they've had success. They had success in January running that play. A lot of people think that Colin Kaepernick was reading that every time, and he was not. I mean, he certainly had a couple long runs because of it, but a lot of times in the huddle it's predetermined, and he's just handing the ball off.
3rd down and 8. Kaepernick, end zone, touchdown, Vernon Davis.
Kaepernick knew when this ball got in his hands exactly where he was going with the football. He got the coverage. He had Vernon Davis lined up inside. He's going to the corner. The only guy that could take it away was Sam Shields. They run an outside breaking route, get him to bite, and then it's just a matter of laying the ball to the corner and away from safety M.D. Jennings. Nice drive by the 49ers.
Kaepernick 6 of 7 on that drive for 79 yards. And he finds Vernon Davis, who had to answer questions during the week about his rapport with his quarterback, Colin Kaepernick. Davis was a forgotten guy the last 6 games of the regular season last year. Well, he's 1 for 1 in the opener, second possession. A 7-minute drive, number 7 to number 85. And a 7-0 49er lead.
This game on Fox is sponsored by the 2013 Ford F-150 with EcoBoost. By Rockstar Games Grand Theft Auto 5, coming September 17th, rated M for mature. And by Taco Bell's new fiery Doritos Locos Taco. Live Moss.
Colin Kaepernick made his first start last year against Chicago here on November 19th. In that game, Vernon Davis made 6 catches, 83 yards, and a touchdown. But only a total of 6 the rest of the regular season. He started finding him again late in the postseason. Kaepernick finds Vernon Davis here in the opener for a 20-yard touchdown. Green Bay having to answer down by 7. They'll start at their 20. And after the touchdown, Jim Harbaugh working the official. Even after the touchdown, he's up 7-zip. 2:52 left, opening quarter. Green Bay down by 7, starting at their 20. Pass caught. Cobb makes a spin move, avoided a hit, and picks up a first down with a 13-yard catch. And again, the Packers go right to the line of scrimmage in this heat, and it is hot down there. Well, they're going to try and wear down this big San Francisco D.
Well, they are, and right now they're huddling, and they were going to go to the no huddle, and then Rodgers brought them back, and you just got to be careful. The thing about the no huddle, it's great when it's working, but when it's not, and you're reeling off plays, but you're not getting first downs, it creates a problem and a sense of panic, especially when you're playing on the road.
4-man rush. Rodgers out to his right. Harbaugh was calling for a hold, and that's Jordy Nelson with a great catch. Working on Nnamdi Asomugha. 49ers have lost their 3rd cornerback from a year ago, Chris Culliver, and a 31-yard completion.
Well, you see this matchup again with Aldon Smith, and you see maybe got away with a little bit of a hold there, Bakhtiari, but an excellent job by Jordy Nelson coming back to the football. Nnamdi Asomugha never even saw it.
Rodgers. Nelson was wide open, and the pass behind him. Let's go back to the catch by Jordy Nelson for 31 yards.
Yeah, you're going to see the one-on-one matchup on the outside, and it's a double move, and then the ball's thrown a little bit behind, which is good. He's able to come back then and make a play on it. Asomugha unable to get turned around to locate the football, but Nelson makes a good grab.
Second and 10.
Nelson right there wasn't real sure what exactly Rodgers was calling.
Calling a screen for Eddie Lacy. Blocking in front of him, and Lacy, the rookie, looking for it down to the 5. Another 31-yard play, this one to the rookie Eddie Lacy.
Yeah, the big guy's just got to be given a little bit of space. You see what happens once he gets out in the open field, and he's a big load. He's hard to get to the ground, and good blocking down the field by James Jones.
Dante Whitner made the touchdown-saving tackle. Rodgers out to his right. Throws it away.
And we talked about the tackles in this game. Of course, we've shown Bakhtiari, but then also Don Barclay, who's just making his 7th NFL start in this ball game. And you take a look at Eddie Lacy and how big and strong he is. But they're going to move the pocket a little bit, as they did on that last play, to try to help these guys out, knowing that it's a difficult task for them to hold up in protection against these pass rushers.
Pass caught. Cobb reaches and touchdown. Able to get away from Carlos Rodgers just enough to hit the goal line for the touchdown.
Randall Cobb, such a versatile player. He's in the slot and he spins back to the inside and gets it stretched out. Sure enough, he breaks the plane of the goal line, and it's a great job by Green Bay offensively after the 49ers go down on a drive of their own to come away with a touchdown to answer that and tie this game up.
Remember the run game? They didn't run it one time on that possession. They're best when Rodgers has it in his hand and he's looking downfield.
Well, I think people talk about trying to be balanced, and certainly it's harder to defend when you are, but at the end of the day, Mike McCarthy's going to call the things that they're able to do well, and as we just saw, generally that's Aaron Rodgers throwing the football.
Tie game. And a big-time answer by Aaron Rodgers. Eddie Lacy a part of it. Cobb the touchdown. Tied at 7. For Green Bay, first 2 possessions, 29 yards, 2 punts. The last time, 80 yards, the touchdown. Randall Cobb. Tie game. And Aaron Rodgers, it was all out of his hand for the 80 yards on the drive. Mastay kicks it away. Parrish Cox will take it out. And a good decision. Almost broke it, and Mastay got in there and made a good tackle. Well, there was a lot of room, but Parrish Cox got past the kicker, Tim Mastay. And we will remind you that this Tuesday it's the premiere of Being the Finest on Fox Sports 1. Follow the lives of NYPD officers who come together on the football field and honor their fallen brother through their unforgettable 2013 season. Being the Finest premieres Tuesday only on Fox Sports 1. We got a chance to get a sneak peek of that. Troy and I called the game that they play against the FDNY. Please check that out on Tuesday night, Fox Sports 1.
Yeah, it's outstanding. Really good. Well done.
Handoff is to Gore. And Frank Gore is out to the 28.
Yeah, you know, Frank Gore coming into this game, I really thought that as much discussion as had been paid to Colin Kaepernick, he was going to be the key. You know, running the football. He ran the ball very well in both the games against the Packers last year, but at least in this first quarter, the Packers have done a nice job against the run, but it's another reminder just how good Colin Kaepernick is in the pocket throwing the football.
Gore checks out. Kendall Hunter in the backfield with Kaepernick. And that is a false start.
False start. Number 59 offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
They get the center, Jonathan Goodwin, who was pushed during camp and during the preseason by the younger Daniel Kilgore.
Yeah, he's the elder statesman of the group. He's in his 12th year, and you know, they've held this group together. Of course, they lost Adam Snyder a year ago, and Alex Boone came in at right guard, had a great year, and then Snyder came back as his backup. But a couple Pro Bowlers along that group, and a few more of them could have made it too.
End of the first. Tied at 7. Fox NFL Sunday on this opening weekend of the 2013 NFL season will continue after this from your local Fox station. 7-7 game as we start the second quarter in San Francisco. No turnovers so far, just one penalty. So a pretty clean start for the 49ers and Packers. Bolden makes the catch and spins just short of the 30. Gain of 7.
Thought it was interesting in talking with Greg Roman, the offensive coordinator, about Anquan Boldin and what he has meant to this group. And he said, hey, we've always practiced at a high tempo. We've always had good workouts. But Boldin coming in, he just has accelerated it to an entirely different level. I mean, he's an absolute pro. He's been doing it a long time. He's been in big games. And he is as professional and as tough-minded an individual as there is in all of football.
This is a third down play. Kaepernick throws. He's got Boldin, who's into Green Bay territory. And on third down, a 27-yard completion to Anquan Boldin.
Yeah, they go to this bunch set right here with these three receivers, and it really puts a defense in a bind as to who's going to go deep, who's breaking off intermediate, who's running the shallow crossing route, and trying to sort through all that oftentimes creates some holes within the zones. And as we saw, Anquan Boldin on the intermediate route gets into an area where nobody was, and they find him.
On first down, Kaepernick. Kyle Williams overthrown. Let's go for a game break. Here's Joel Klatt.
Thank you, Joe. We go to St. Louis, where Larry Fitzgerald has a new toy. And his name is Carson Palmer. 7-0 Arizona. Palmer to Fitzgerald, their first connection of the season.
Joel, thanks. While we watch the 49ers realize they have two receivers, Michael Crabtree and Mario Manningham, on the physically unable to perform list. They hope to get both back, but Crabtree had a career year last year, 9 touchdowns, 85 catches, over 1,100 yards. Tore his Achilles in May. Maybe back in November. That's Boldin making the catch. You can see his strength. Took about 4 Packers to bring him to the ground, a gain of 3. Third down coming up.
You know, I've been real impressed here in the early going of this ball game in Green Bay and how physical they have been defensively. I mean, they are flying around, they're hitting people, and they've, as I said a little bit earlier, I mean, they've done a good job holding up against the run. And this is just one of those games where, you know, it doesn't draw a lot of attention, but you know, the team that ultimately probably is going to win this game is going to be who wins down in the trenches, and it is physical down there right now.
Third down and 7. And a timeout taken by Jim Harbaugh along the sideline.
Their second.
Second timeout taken by the 49ers. We'll take a timeout. Third down when we come back. 12:42 left. First down.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram. By the family. This fall, the mob will meet its match. In theaters this Friday. And by Papa John's, official pizza sponsor of the NFL.
The new eastern span of the Bay Bridge opened earlier this week. Some of the best views of any city in the United States from that bridge. So far, Colin Kaepernick has not been hit. Faced with 3rd and 7, tie game. Just a 3-man rush. No pressure on Kaepernick. He'll try and pick it up with his legs, and he can't. Green Bay defense closed quick, a gain of 2. And it's time for a 49er punt. The rookie Jones and Mike Neal were in on the stop, as Dayton Jones, who was the first-round pick out of UCLA, makes a play on third down.
Well, it's a really good job of getting off the field. That has continued to be a down that has given them problems, the Packers, in this game. But with just a 3-man rush to come off the blocks and be able to get Colin Kaepernick to the ground, pretty good job.
Randall Cobb is waiting for the punt. And this will end up in the end zone and out to the 20. 43-yard punt. And as we wait for the Green Bay offense to get in their huddle, we look back a year ago and how the offensive line has changed from that divisional playoff game. Barkley's still over at right tackle, but Sitton's flipped over to left guard. TJ Lang from left to right. And the rookie David Bakhtiari is playing at left tackle.
Josh Sitton, he was moved back in March, and the idea was they wanted both Sitton and Brian Bulaga on the left side, their 2 best linemen. Bulaga goes down, and it ends up being a real positive because now you've got a veteran guy like Sitton playing alongside the rookie in Bakhtiari.
Here's Lacey. That's his best run of the day, but a flag flies. McDonald ends up without a helmet. He turned around, was looking for a flag, and he got it.
Ill use of the hands to the face. Number 71 offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
They get Josh Sitton.
There's Josh Sitton right there in the screen. He's got the hands there to the helmet of Justin Smith, and then, as you said, Ray McDonald's helmet came off. That was right tackle Don Barkley, who ripped his headgear off.
So now 1st and 20. And that balance not achieved so far for Mike McCarthy in this offense. Play clock at 4. They don't throw a flag. That was close, and Eddie Lacy on 1st and 20 picks up 4, and now the ball comes out, and it belongs to the 49ers. Brown recovered. Lacy put it on the ground, and that's the first turnover of the ball game. We'll take a look.
They're trying to figure out exactly when it came out. He's not on the ground yet, and the ball is out.
And the knees were up. That's a fumble.
Yeah, that's a fumble, and that's the thing that you worry about with a young runner when he comes into the NFL and he's not accustomed to guys going after the football. Once they stand you up, they are going after the strip, and they're able to get it away from Lacy and get on it, give the ball back to the 49ers.
Justin Smith stood him up, and then Navarro Bowman came in and knocked it out. And so the first turnover gives the 49ers the ball at the Green Bay 14-yard line. Packers had only 8 lost fumbles last season. They have one here today. Kaepernick completes to Gore. Gore knocked out by Hawk, a gain of 8. Now Eddie Lacy gets to stand over there and think about the fumble, trying to churn for extra yardage, and Bowman knocked it out. Guy who was a starter really for 1 year at Alabama, played behind Mark Ingram and Trent Richardson, and he starred last year on a national championship team for Nick Saban. 2nd and 2. Gore takes it to the 5. 3rd and a yard coming up.
Business of not giving Frank Gore, many places to run with the football, and that, as I said, the inside running game is really where he's at his best. Hit a lot of big runs in that playoff game last year, but the Packers have had an answer for that. They're holding up very well inside. Of course, the story Johnny Jolly and his return to the Packers this year after 3 years out of football, he really helped shore up that run defense too.
Kaepernick gives, flag is down as Gore is brought down close to the marker. They're going to mark him back down at the 5 where the knee went down. So for now, Green Bay is held on 3rd down and 1, but a flag's down. It's against the 49ers. And Mike McCarthy is faced with declining the penalty, bringing up 4th down and a yard, or accepting it and moving it back. And Levy still looking over for the decision.
Illegal formation. Number 68 offense reported eligible, went to the line of scrimmage and was covered at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
So they're going to take the penalty, accept it, and make it 3rd and 6. That's Adam Snyder, who was listed and reported as an eligible receiver. It was called on him, so 3rd down and 6.
I'll tell you, Joe, as well as Colin Kaepernick has been throwing the football, I'm not so sure I would have declined it.
I'm with you. So the Packers accepted the penalty. Kaepernick's got all day. And he'll take off, won't make it. And now with the extra hit at the end of the play on Clay Matthews, a fight breaks out. And more flags fly. Well, there was so much talk, Troy, during the week with Clay Matthews talking about hitting the quarterback. Here he hits Kaepernick clearly out of bounds. They threw the flag for that, which will give San Francisco an automatic 1st down. But let's take a look at the end of the play.
The one thing about it is you're going to, he's out of bounds and Clay Matthews is running over and he's launching himself. And it was one of those, it looked worse, Joe, than what I initially thought. Immediately I thought, wow, he was way out of bounds when Matthews takes him out. But you can see Matthews is leaving his feet just as Kaepernick steps out of bounds with his left foot. And he would have been short of the 1st down, you're right, but with this penalty.
Personal foul, late hit, number 52 of the defense. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 74 of the offense. The penalty's offset. Replay 3rd down.
Well, because of the retaliation by Joe Staley, it takes the 1st down away, and we replay 3rd down and 6. And there's Staley getting into it with Clay Matthews, and Matthews was still
the other part of that. Yeah, the other thing is too, Joe, I mean, all week long, in fact, Jim Harbaugh even talked about it, the comments that Clay Matthews made this week in terms of we're coming after Colin Kaepernick and we're going to hit him. And if that's anybody else, I don't know if it gets quite the same kind of reaction, but the 49ers came into this game certainly aware of the comments that Clay Matthews had made. And clearly, they took offense to that hit, feeling though Kaepernick was targeted.
So back to 3rd and 6. Kaepernick. Pass caught. Touchdown. Anquan Boldin.
He runs a crossing route. Jerron McMillan is there to make a play on him. He just fails to converge on him and make the tackle. And after being given a break on the late hit and having to replay 3rd down, the 49ers execute to Bolden for the touchdown.
So much happened between these two sides here recently. It started with a fumble by Eddie Lacy. Then there were the penalties. 49ers got an extra try on 3rd and 6. Thought they had picked up a 1st down because of an unsportsmanlike call on Matthews. The retaliation wiped that away. There's the fumble that started it. And it ends with a touchdown catch by Bolden. 14-7. 49ers on top. 3-time Pro Bowl receiver Anquan Boldin, who was with the team, the Ravens, that beat his new club, the 49ers, in Super Bowl 47, is in from 10 yards out. He has 5 catches in his 49er debut. And with under 9 to go in the half, Packers will take the football. Ross will take it out. A little delay at the beginning, and Ross with a flag down can't make it to the 15. Craig Dahl on the stop. And this is getting, it was already heated coming in, but it is getting really chippy out there here in this opening half.
Illegal block in the back, number 76 of the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal, 1st down, Green Bay.
It wasn't a good decision by Ross to even take it out. Let's go down to the field and Pam Oliver.
Well, Joe, for months, everybody's known about this. Jim Harbaugh has been loud and clear that he thinks excessive hits on his quarterback should be punished. Before the game, we saw Harbaugh working referee Bill Levy, and then we've seen an example of those excessive hits that Harbaugh feels are inappropriate. Look at his reaction. As you can see, he's not going to take it, and he's going to really go on about it as much as he can. Back to you.
All right, Pam, thanks. In the end, a touchdown for the 49ers, a 7-point lead, and the pass looked like a back shoulder type throw for Nelson. Incomplete. And the momentum and everything is starting to really shift against the Packers right now.
Well, special teams last year was one of the real strengths for the most part for this Packers team, but not a good decision by Jeremy Ross. You're going to see he shouldn't have brought it out to begin with. He was told to stay in by John Kuhn. He hesitates, and then he ends up not even getting it to the 20-yard line, but that's one of the reasons why also they had the penalty, and now you put your quarterback and your offense inside the 5-yard line. Just not a smart play.
Now second down. Pass is caught by Starks. And James Starks ends up picking up the first down.
That's a big first down too, because when you're backed up like that,
no, true. They're gonna mark him out. Evidently his right foot went out short of the yard to gain, so that was only an 8-yard gain. And let's take a look on that far sideline right there.
Yep.
So a good call. And instead of a first down, it's 3rd down and 2.
Well, at least if nothing else, they gave their punter some room to work if they don't pick it up.
Rodgers. Pass is dropped. James Jones. Asamoah. His first year with the 49ers. Out there defending for San Francisco.
Yeah, he's just kind of shadowing him, you know. I mean, we saw the play that Jordy Nelson was able to make down the field, essentially the same type of play. He knew that he had safety help over the top, but he's not turned around trying to locate the ball, and Rodgers sees that and thought that he could have gotten one in there. They just failed to convert.
Mastay hits it. Kyle Williams will stay away. Out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark it. 49ers have a 7-point lead, have the football back. 8:01 left, opening half. Clay Matthews on the sideline as this drive begins for San Francisco at their own 43, up by 7. Good protection. Kaepernick has a man. Davis off his hands. Wide open, good throw, and a drop.
Yeah, they certainly had an opportunity to make a play there, but looking at the Green Bay Packers safeties, you know, of course they're without Morgan Burnett. They don't have Charles Woodson this year, and you know, M.D. Jennings was there in a position to drive on that ball. He's just late reacting. And then of course we saw Jerron McMillan missed the tackle on the last touchdown by the 49ers, but Vernon Davis is a guy who can certainly threaten the defense down the field, and the safeties are the guys who've got to be able to come up and make those plays.
On 2nd and 10. Kaepernick can't find anywhere to go with it. Jolly chasing him, and Kaepernick just heads out of bounds with the football.
Yeah, I've never quite understood that one either. I mean, if he throws it away, at least you get it back to the line of scrimmage. Instead, he just ran out of bounds.
And lost 2. Anquan Bolden was held by Jerron McMillan. Again, the Packers are without Morgan Burnett. Clearly their best safety has got a 4-year contract extension, out with a bad hamstring. So McMillan getting the start. Now 3rd down and 12. This could be a big stop for the Green Bay defense. And now the play clock expires. That makes it 3rd and 17.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Well, we'll see what happens here on 3rd down. This has been a down that San Francisco has dominated here in this first half. The Packers, for the most part, just have not been able to get off the field. And, you know, with 3rd and long here, you'd think that they could make a key stop.
So far, the 49ers 6 for 8 on 3rd down, including 2 touchdowns. Coming on 3rd down plays. 3rd and 17. Kaepernick dancing around. And just flings it out of bounds. And good work by this Green Bay defense after the 3 and out to return the favor and get the same from San Francisco. It's 4th down.
It was really good job on the outside as we saw Colin Kaepernick try to escape the pocket, and recognizing that and not being out of control in your pass rush, that you're not keeping your eyes on him. And so the Packers come up with a good stop then on 3rd down.
We've seen Cobb back there to return a punt. This is Ross, who fumbled last year here in this stadium. Now a flag comes in late. Ross with a fumble last year during the divisional playoff with his Packers up by 7 in the first half of that game and helped turn the tide in San Francisco's favor. So the officials gather around the 40 after a 42-yard punt. Here's the call.
Kick, holding, number 26, receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. 1st down, timeout.
So a timeout. Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers will have the football when we come back, trailing by 7. It is the NFL on Fox. We are back to football, and this is the 6th Packer drive of the game. 3 have started at the 20, 3 inside the 20, and that last penalty moves the ball back to the 13. They toss it to Cobb over the right side. Willis was in there on the stop, a gain of 3, and we'll see if Eddie Lacy comes back into the game. It's a straight ticket into the doghouse when you put the ball on the ground for any head coach, especially as a rookie. Here's some of the early game leaders. All 3 of these players were part of winning efforts. Drew Brees, Andrew Luck, Reggie Bush in his first year with the Lions. A big win over Minnesota. Here's Nelson. He makes the catch, and he's got a 1st down. Dragged to the ground by Brown.
You mentioned Eddie Lacy and whether or not we'll see him anymore, and now they've got James Starks back, in the backfield. But Randall Cobb is someone who has had success against these 49ers from the backfield position, going back to week 1 of last year.
Aldon Smith came across. It made Bakhtiari move, and it's against Smith.
Neutral zone infraction, number 99 defense. Came into the neutral zone, caught an offensive man to false start. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
You can only imagine how Bakhtiari felt coming into this game. A 4th-round pick out of Colorado, and he gets the starting assignment in his first NFL game, and then he's having to face a guy like Aldon Smith, and I would imagine he didn't sleep all that well last night.
David's older brother Eric played 5 games for the 49ers last year. 1st down and 5. Rodgers, good pocket. Pass is to Nelson, and he shakes a tackle. Got away from the rookie Reed. And Jordy Nelson turns that into a big play of over 20 yards, a 22-yard completion, and Eric Reed could not make the stop.
Well, the Packers on this left side do an excellent job of sorting out the protection. Bakhtiari does a good job on Aldon Smith, but Josh Sitton, he picks up the blitzing linebacker and gives Rodgers some time.
Mayday 5-3, Mayday 5-3.
All the yardage after the catch for Jordy Nelson.
Here it comes.
He missed the preseason after having early August knee surgery. Here's Starks. And a flag flies. A big hole for Starks to run through, but it's going to be a hold against Green Bay.
Holding, number 71 offense. 10-yard penalty, repeat 1st down.
That's Josh Sitton.
Yeah, he gets called for holding Justin Smith. You're going to see, they were looking for the cutback lane. Starks gets it, and as Justin Smith tries to come off of that block, he gets held by Sitton.
Packers have had 2 good runs in this game. A 10-yarder by Lacy, a 7-yarder by Starks, both called back because of penalties. 1st and 20. Rodgers has a man, and it's off Finley into Eric Reed. Reed down the sideline. The rookie trying to score. He's brought down by Aaron Rodgers. And they're going to mark him near the 3. James Jones, another drop. And this is the worst kind, rather Finley. Jones earlier, and Jermichael Finley put it right into the waiting arms of Reed. Now it looks like they could bring this back with regard to if he was down by contact right there.
Yeah, it looked like there was contact made there. Clearly he has his hands underneath the ball, and it's an interception. But Jermichael Finley, and talking with Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy the other day, they were raving about the camp that Jermichael Finley had, his route running.
The previous play will be under review.
And then he's unable to secure the catch, and a ball that was put right on him and would have been a nice gain on 1st and long. Instead, it's going the other way with the rookie coming up with the interception.
So it's Reed with the interception. Seems to be down at that spot. They'll look at it. 49ers with a ball up 7. Well, it certainly looks to us like this return by Eric Reed is going to come back. The interception will stand. Reed right there is hit on the left shoulder by Jermichael Finley, who dropped the throw from Aaron Rodgers. The question is, where will they mark it? Back around midfield. Right now the ball's inside the 5 at the 3. Eric Reed was a guy that was known to make big plays in big games, and the 49ers traded up to get him. 18th overall, replacing Deshaun Goldson, who went to Tampa Bay. Here's the call.
After reviewing the play, it is an interception. However, the defender was touched down at the 44-yard line of San Francisco, with the clock operator put 4:28 on the game clock. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line of San Francisco. 4:28.
Takes a 53-yard interception return off the books by the rookie Reed. And it moves the ball back to the 44-yard line of San Francisco, but it's the second turnover, and that was a perfect throw from Rodgers. And Jermichael Finley, who a lot of people thought late last year the Packers might decline signing him and giving him a roster bonus, and he may end up as a free agent. As you said, they've been raving about him in camp. Had a good preseason, but a lot of drops a couple of years ago, and that was a costly one there. From the 44, it's Gore running left. And a good play is made as that play was strung out. B.J. Raji was out there to make the play. No gain.
You know, B.J. Rodgers, you're going to see the way that he is able to play this. And as I said, overall, this defensive front has been outstanding against the run. And, you know, obviously that was a concern last season, but they came in, they brought in Johnny Jolly. They want to limit the amount of snaps on with B.J. Rodgers. They're getting tested here with the run game by the 49ers, but they have held up well here against them in the first half of this game.
Jolly, by the way, got a sack on the last possession by San Francisco when Kaepernick ran out of bounds. Here's Bolden with another catch.
Yeah, the guy they just haven't had an answer for is Anquan Bolden. He's been making play after play here in this first half, and the double move on Tramon Williams. You saw Colin Kaepernick. He goes with the fake, and Tramon Williams jumps it, and it opens up that little hole because there was safety help over the top, but that's the hole in the zone along that sideline, and they were able to put it in there to him.
Catch number 6 for Anquan Bolden, 1st and 10. Handoff is to Gore, and he slides down. Staring into the face of M.D. Jennings, and a loss of 3.
Well, we'll see what this defense is able to do. If they're able to make a stop and not give up any more points here before this half. But boy, the turnovers have put this defense in a bind here in the early going. And then, of course, the penalty on Clay Matthews that kept the drive alive, that they would have been able to get off the field just giving up a field goal.
Lucky, yeah.
Fake the handoff. Kaepernick is knocked to the ground by Clay Matthews. A loss of 5 on the sack by Matthews. He got through right through the middle.
Yeah, Clay Matthews, Upati's going to be the one who tries to make the block on him when he frees up. You see the move right there that Clay Matthews puts on him, and then comes after Kaepernick. And I mean, Clay Matthews has been all over the field too.
It will be 3rd down and long. 3rd and 18 on the other side of the 2-minute warning at Candlestick Park. 49ers with the ball, up by 7. 2 minutes left in this game in San Francisco. 49ers faced with a 3rd and 18. Up by 7. We're going to bring in Mike Pereira. We hope at some point before we leave you at the half with some important information to pass on about the last touchdown that was scored by the 49ers. Right now, 3rd and 18. Four-man rush. Kaepernick over the middle's got Davis. Davis bounces off of Jennings, but is short of the first down, a gain of 12. Green Bay with all 3 of their timeouts remaining, and we will have a long field goal try by Phil Dawson, who spent 14 years in Cleveland. A 48-yard try. A timeout is taken by Green Bay. Let's go to Mike Pereira. And Mike, tell us what happened on the hit by Matthews on Kaepernick that preceded the touchdown throw to Anquan Bolden.
Yeah, a lot of confusion there with the skirmish, but here's the issue. There were fouls on both teams, and they offset them. That's correctly. But they were both dead ball fouls, so although they offset, the down counts. So it should have been 4th and 2 instead of replaying 3rd and 6. So 4th and 2, you might get a field goal attempt. Then in the next play, it turns out that there's a touchdown on the play. So it is a misenforced enforcement.
Thank you, Mike. 48-yard try. First day officially for the 49ers, and it's no good. Wide to the left, a 48-yard try by Phil Dawson, who's replacing David Akers. New center, a new snapper. The hold is down. No issues there. It was just pulled by Dawson.
Yeah, he just pulls it. An excellent job defensively by the Packers after the interception by the 49ers, not giving up any points. And now, because of the missed field goal, Joe, you give the ball back to the Packers with plenty of time on the clock and outstanding field position.
Well, Don Capers has to really be happy with the way his defense has played on the road here week 1 in San Francisco. They've been out on the field a lot. They've done a good job. 7-point game. Rodgers throws, has Finley, who just had a drop, and Jermichael's going to spin across midfield with a Green Bay first down as Rodgers goes right back to him. And now they're going to get a personal foul for roughing the passer.
Force from the end of the run, first down.
So they're going to add 15 yards to the end of this, and just like that, the Packers are in great position, down by 7.
Well, here's the tail end of that play after Rodgers gets the ball out, and I don't know about that one.
So Rodgers gets hit by Ahmad Brooks. They throw the flag for that hit, and the 13-yard completion gets 15 yards tacked on to the end of it, taking it to the 35-yard line. Rodgers to the sideline and out of the reach of Jones. So just to go back to what Mike Pereira said, when that hit was delivered by Clay Matthews on the sideline to Kaepernick, and then the retaliation by Staley, 2 dead ball fouls, and they replayed the down incorrectly. So then 3rd down followed again. The touchdown was the result instead of 4th down, where you expect a field goal try to take the lead. That's a big mistake by this officiating crew as John Kuhn carries it, and a flag comes in at the end of the play.
Holding, number 71 offense. 10-yard penalty. We keep second out.
It's another one on Josh Sitton, who's had his hands full with Justin Smith and others up front for the 49ers.
It seems like every time the Packers start to get a drive going, they have a penalty that sets them back. You know, we've seen the turnover, but just haven't quite been able to get a whole lot of momentum going outside of the one touchdown drive they had.
Now second down and 20. Rodgers flushed out to his right, throws it away. Good pressure by Justin Smith. It's going to
coming
Terry.
Up time, Terry and the boys will join me live from Times Square. A lot of great finishes already in the NFL, including several games going down to the wire. And yes, even the Jets won. It's all in the Visa halftime. Right, Kurt?
Right. Visa halftime coming up. Right now the Packers outside of field goal range, facing 3rd and 20. Aldon Smith came across early again. Flags are down. Rodgers thinks he's got a free play. Reed is waiting for it, and he comes down with the ball. But there is a flag on the play and a pileup in the end zone. Simultaneous catch goes to the offense. They're going to give it to Reed on the interception, but a flag is down.
Number 99 defense. 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
So they get Aldon Smith again, Troy, and that it was a free play, so Aaron Rodgers just heaved it.
I mean, he knew all along. I mean, they're going to blow this down if it's a false start. And so he knew that there was a penalty on the play. He knew that he had gotten him offsides, and a free play, take a shot, nothing to lose. Really smart on Rodgers' part, trying to give his guy an opportunity.
Better hope the officials get it right. But he had the play continue, so he knows he's got a free play. No interception now, 3rd and 15, under a minute to go. And a timeout is taken by the 49ers, their final. Right now, the Packers are on the outer edge of field goal range. Wednesday on The Ultimate Fighter, the tension between rival coaches Ronda Rousey and Miesha Tate boils over when their #1 picks square off in one of the most shocking battles in Ultimate Fighter history. It's this Wednesday, only on Fox Sports 1. Well, there's Mason Crosby, who had a dismal year last year, last in the NFL with a field goal percentage of 64%. He agreed to reduce his salary during camp from $2.4 million to $800,000 with the chance to earn the money back through incentives. He survived a rough patch during camp. He's still here. Right now it'd be a 58-yard try, and that would equal his career long.
Yeah, and even if you can't pick up the first down here and get the ball down the field, you want to add to this so you can at least try to shorten the distance for Crosby.
Third down and 15. Pass is caught by Nelson, and Jordy Nelson has got a first down. And I think they were doing exactly what you said, trying to get some yardage for Crosby, and it turns into a first down.
Yeah, you get it out there and add 5 more yards to the attempted field goal, and you see Nnamdi Asomugha, he just whips. You know, he just doesn't make a play on Jordy Nelson. They end up picking up a big first down.
15 yards on 3rd and 15. Remember the offside penalty on Aldon Smith. Rodgers, Nelson, a juggle and a catch, and he got 9.5. Eric Reed on the hit.
Yeah, receiver, they'd like that ball just a little bit lower when you're running the slant route and you know you've got a safety that's waiting on you. Nelson knew there was a defender that was there capable of putting a hit on him. As you're going to see, the ball's a little bit higher than where those receivers would want it. They'd like to be able to catch it and protect themselves. You know, Jordy Nelson, there was some question as to whether or not, you know, he would even be able to play. He had little procedure done on his knee a few weeks ago, was limited in the work he was able to get, but here he is today, and he's made some nice plays.
A guy who had 6 touchdown catches over his first 45 NFL games. He's got 22 over his last 28. 15 touchdowns in 2011, 7 last year, and he's been a big part of this drive. 2nd and 1 with 44 seconds left. 1 timeout now remaining for the Packers. Rodgers, end zone, in the direction of Cobb. And now 3rd down and 1.
The 49ers, they've played excellent defense for the most part here in this first half as well. And Rodgers initially was trying to get the ball down the middle of the field with just outstanding coverage. And he comes back to his second guy, Cobb, then to the corner. And, you know, Rodgers, even though he hasn't been sacked much, he has had pressure in his face. And so that time clock, when he's in the pocket, he has gotten the ball out of his hands probably a little quicker than what he'd like to.
Priority here for Green Bay is the first down. And so they hand it to Kuhn, who picks it up.
You see Rodgers immediately wants to get him on the ball because he doesn't want to use the timeout right here. So he told them in the huddle, we're going to try to pick up the first down. If we do, we've got to be ready to get back on the ball and go.
Which they do. Pass caught by Finley. Stays upright, and he is in for the touchdown. Redemption for Jermichael Finley. Cox couldn't bring him down, and Jermichael Finley has a 12-yard touchdown catch.
Quick out route, you try to outflank him, and Paris Cox has the angle, but Jermichael Finley is a big guy. He talked about it. He's added 10 pounds of muscle in the offseason, knowing that he would be asked to be more of a blocker, but it served him well on that play, breaking a tackle from the defensive back and then being able to get the ball into the end zone.
And now the extra point to tie it. This has really been a gritty effort by the Packers here in the first half. When some things have gone against them, they're an extra point away from a tie game with only 16 seconds left, and it's 14-14.
Yeah, I think that's really the message that Mike McCarthy will be giving the team, because there was a lot of things that worked against the Packers here in this first half, and they hung in there even on this drive. I mean, being able to overcome, you know, some of the penalties, and then 3rd and 15, Jordy Nelson being able to pick up the first down and then come away with a touchdown on this drive. It's a great way to end this first half.
Earlier in the half, it was off the hands of Jermichael Finley into the arms of Eric Reed for the interception. The frustration. It did not result in points. And then the 12-yard touchdown, and anything but frustration, as the Packers have tied this game at 14. Two teams that met in the divisional round last year, a game that was won by the 49ers 45-31. And if you consider how that game went, the 49ers racking up 323 rush yards just up and down the field. Kaepernick 444 combined yards. This Green Bay defense has certainly tightened things up from last January. Mastay to hit it. And one of the up men, Dixon, on the return. Breaks the tackle of Mastay and is dragged down across the 40. 30-yard return by Dixon. And will give you cause and effect. The hit out of bounds by Clay Matthews Jr. The retaliation by Joe Staley. Offsetting fouls. It was enforced improperly by the officiating crew. They replayed 3rd down, and a 10-yard touchdown catch by Bolden is what followed, instead of what you assume would be a field goal attempt on 4th down, when at the time the game was tied at 7. 9 seconds left, no timeouts. is caught by Williams, still outside field goal range. He rolls out of bounds with 3 seconds left.
Well, they get enough yardage though there with no timeouts that Colin Kaepernick, he's got enough arm to where he'll be able to get this ball into the end zone.
They may look at this and it would be initiated by the booth inside of 2 minutes, but they do not stop play. And a timeout taken by Green Bay.
Third and final, charge timeout.
And you can see Mike McCarthy talking to the official. I guarantee you somebody up in the booth told Mike McCarthy to take the timeout and buy some time to see if the officials want to look at this, because there was some question as to whether that ball was a clean catch by Kyle Williams before he rolled out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't see anything there that would cause them to overturn it, but as I said, if the 49ers, if they elect to take a shot here into the end zone, which I would imagine they'll do because of being able to complete that pass. Of course, the Packers just not wanting to give up the big play. We're playing so soft. They could have even gotten more yardage out of the play than they were able to. But now they're well within the range of Colin Kaepernick's arm and getting this ball all the way into the end zone.
5 guys back deep for Green Bay. 3-man rush. Kaepernick has time to let everybody get into the end zone, and here we go. It is incomplete. And so this game, the rematch of that divisional playoff game here in San Francisco, good one at the half. Tied at 14. And we'll go from San Francisco to Kurt Menefee in New York for the Visa Halftime Show, which starts right now.
Take everything and give them nothing.
Kaepernick, end zone, touchdown, Vernon Davis.